Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Ellingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
What's going on, Nelson?
It's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day when we are recording this,
Yep.
but presumably being released the next day, or are you going to release this one early? If you ever want anything to sum up this show, the ethos of this show, it's that bit right there. When are you going to release it?
I could be one of our billboards that we've done in the past.
Yeah, just someone
It's just,
shrugging.
Reddit on Reddit.
It's becoming more and more that Home Improvement sound.
Yeah, that's true. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh.
But also, I want to say that, they say treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen. And that's
Okay.
what we've been doing lately by releasing it late.
All right.
But then this is the real charm. Then you sneak back in and you surprise them.
Oh.
Right on time this episode.
Is that like when your abusive partner that gives you a present after a few days of being super abusive?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they do have a good side to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is us to listeners saying, oh, baby, I love you. You know I love you.
It's right.
Yeah.
It's right. It's wrong.
No, it's really wrong.
It's so wrong.
It's such a bad...
We don't condone this.
No.
We're just letting you know this is what's happening.
Hey, we had ourselves for it too.
Yeah.
No, it's a terrible metaphor. And an awful way. We have been increasing in listeners. And I also like to say goodbye to them now.
Yeah.
now that they've heard that new
Thanks
intro.
for coming.
They've I've heard things about this new podcast. Oh, it's not for me.
Yeah, I might give that one a pass.
No, mainly it's about Reddit.
It's mainly about Reddit and mothers.
And obviously mothers.
So this show is going to be heavily mothered skewed.
Great, Mother Day special.
Yeah. You might have to infer a lot of it.
Right. Oh, we often have to infer the theme of any special.
Yeah.
We once had a methamphetamine special.
Yeah. The methamphetamine theme.
That's for very old listeners.
Yeah. So I guess just consider, just think of your mum while you're listening to the episode.
Obviously. You know what? Tell her to listen.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
This first one, it's about a mum.
On theme already.
You don't even have to infer about this one. I've hit the nail on the head. It's about a mum.
Now, normally, when you theme an episode, you've got one, maybe two posts.
Yeah.
And then the rest, you're like, that could also be. So this is one of the possible two.
I'm good. Two might be a bit of a stretch. Anyway, this is by... Okay, so first credit goes to Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
They posted this in sad cringe. But like a good, decent Redditor, they had just posted a screenshot from another subreddit.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm also crediting that person, which is Mark Answers.
Okay.
And this is his confession. He posted it in Confessions.
So he posted in Confessions, been reposted into sad cringe.
Somebody else posted it into sad cringe. Yeah.
For the upvotes.
Oh, yeah. But how else are you going to get upvotes?
Yeah.
Posting original content? I don't think so.
We certainly have never done that.
Yeah. Okay, so Mark Answers said, I played a prank making my mum think she won $100,000 on a scratch-off ticket and instantly regretted the decision. It hurt her a lot more than I thought. The saddest part is she was celebrating all kinds of stuff she was going to do for me, not even herself. I am a terrible fucking person. He also continued and said she even cried after I told her it was a joke. She was celebrating, saying she was going to pay for my college and buy me all kinds of things and pay her debt. Fuck, this was a terrible idea. I don't know how to fix this.
Wow. Okay. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
I have some questions.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are very much in the minutia.
Okay.
I want to know how elaborate the prank was. Because
okay.
And we should be sympathetic to the mother either way, but that will paint a picture whether she is very gullible or he is very committed. Because if he just walked in and was like, "Hey, mom, you won $100,000," and then she went off like that.
No, he said it's a scratchy, And so I've seen these before. You can get fake scratchies.
Oh.
And you scratch off and it's like, oh my God, I got 3 cherries.
Yeah.
I've won $100,000. But on the back, normally it says, to redeem this, you must go to Fairyland.
Right.
And, that's the joke. But also, I think, right? Okay, so that in itself is like, that's already probably too convincing.
Yeah.
But
you know what? That makes me feel less blame for the guy because he just brought a little prank gift.
Yeah,
it's a weird prank gift, and why the fuck do they exist?
Yeah, that's true.
But he didn't go to the effort of because that's what I thought is he made a scratchy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, who?
That's a lot of effort.
Yeah. Because that was where I was getting stuck, being like, how much effort did this guy go to convince his mom?
He probably should have made it because I think making that's a good at least 3 hours, right? I don't know how you even get the scratchy sort of stuff to do that,
right.
But that I imagine that's like 3 hours of preparation.
Yeah.
At some point in those 3 hours, you can be like, wait a second, could this have a bad reaction? Could this somehow flip itself on its head? So I blame the fake scratchy companies.
Well,
by cutting out the middleman, people don't realize.
I kind of blame them as well.
Yeah.
What an awful product to exist. What's the classic prank thing? Like a fake poo, like a fake dog poo maybe, or something like that?
Yeah, I guess.
Who does that really harm? Right?
Yeah,
because the worst you can think is, I stepped in dog poo.
It's plastic, so the planet kills everyone.
That's
it's probably the worst one, Cambo, if you think about it.
Okay, but that
flaming dog poo on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Ring the doorbell. That just gets somebody's shoe covered in poo. That's pretty annoying too.
But it is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
But the worst you is like, I have to wash my shoe or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Could burn down somebody's house. Maybe they're not home. Just catches their door on fire and the rest of the house like,
know what?
Oh boy.
This show is against pranks.
Stop pranking people.
They're dangerous. Yeah. It's ruined this poor woman's life.
Yeah.
It's burnt down this imaginary house.
Yeah.
And the fake poos are ruining the environment.
There's not one good prank in the world.
You know what? Punch someone in the back of the head and then go, hey man, it's a prank.
Yeah,
that's the only prank we endorse.
Yeah, okay.
It's called the Reddit on Reddit. You punch him in the back of the head and then you shrug defensively and you say, what? It's just a prank.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And then also plug the podcast. You've been Reddit on Reddited.
I just took a sip.
Cambo's lost it.
Laugh.
It was a good prank.
It was a great prank.
Good prank I did.
I'm sorry. I almost spat liquid all over the podcast.
I'm glad you didn't. There, I'm glad. I almost.
Oh, it went up my nose. That's no fun. But now the irony is I need to take a sip to get it all. Hang on.
Okay,
bear with me.
Let's just wait a second.
I'm back. Okay.
There we go. I had to force myself not to make another funny because I thought that if I did, that could be considered a prank.
Yeah.
You'd spit out water again, and we know we're against pranks.
Yeah.
So
spit out water onto electricity. I've got like a power board underneath me.
Yeah.
I almost said spit water onto electricity.
Yeah.
I got a power board. Sparks flying. We're dead.
Yeah. Ban pranks. Ban pranks. That's Reddit on Reddit. Except the punch in the back of the head, I guess.
Punch in the back of the head. Shrug. Say it's just a prank. Listen to Reddit.
Listen to Reddit. Then you get the prank and then go, but I thought for this prank as well, like maybe some of the onus is on the mother, okay?
A little bit.
Because let's say she walks into the house and bucket of water is propped up on the door above.
Yep.
Goes onto her head, and then she takes a few steps forward, gets a rake, steps on a rake, smacks her in the face, and then the son's like, "Hey, I bought you a scratchy." She's got to know what's up.
But maybe she's thinking, all the pranks are gone.
All the prank.
I've just gone through all these pranks.
I've gone through all these pranks.
So
I need some good news.
Her prank guard would be down.
Way down.
So I feel she would fall for it more in that
circumstance. Right, because you never predict the third prank.
You're saying, because pranks come in twos.
Yeah, that's right. So, just by the way, after you punch the person in the head, kick them in the shins when they turn around.
That one's called the escape of this podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
But we're bringing them down with us.
Yeah. As well.
Bill listens. He'll hate that.
Yeah. We're dragging you down, Bill. We don't care. But it just could be her fault.
Yeah, I do. Because you just picture this sweet mum, don't you? How old was the guy? That's the other question.
I don't know.
If he's 30,
not many people post these sort of like information.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a Libra, just in case.
But like, if he's like 17, you're like, oh, he's a bit immature and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's 30 and he's pranking his mum,
yeah,
then you're like, what? Where's your family? Like, what are you?
Well, she raised him, so
That's
again,
true.
the onus is a little bit on her.
Yeah, that's true.
But then she included him in the reward.
Yeah,
of like, I would buy you so many. I'd pay for your college. Oh, that's good. Oh man, that's gonna make you feel so much better. But how do you think your mother would react to something like this? If you were in this situation, you gave that to your mum.
I like to think my family has a pretty good sense of humor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I think she would be okay.
Yeah.
She'd be annoyed, but we treat each other pretty bad as a joke in our family.
Yeah, punch each other in the back of the head.
Yeah. My dad used to love. I think I've said this before on the podcast even. He used to love pretending that something was wrong with the car and getting out to check, and then when we got it, he would just drive off. Sometimes he'd come back, and if he thought we were close enough home, he just wouldn't. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's
I think he wanted you to exercise more.
Yeah.
It's good parenting, if anything.
That's true. And it's something that my girlfriend currently she's had to come to terms with, is that if they tease you a lot and if they make fun of you and if they stuff like that, then they like you.
Yes.
So if we did that to my mom, because it's such a horrible prank, she's like, they must really love me.
Okay,
this one's big. I should have done it for Mother's Day.
Yeah. Oh, why didn't you? That's how you show your love.
I got her flowers like a chump.
Yeah.
Where I could have almost, I could have emotionally ruined it.
Yeah. Next time, just punch her in the back of the head.
Yeah,
I think that works.
Yeah, obviously.
I think what would happen if I gave this to my mum.
Yeah.
I'd like give it to her. She gets the coin out, scratches it, and she'd be like, "Oh, didn't win." Put it in her pocket. My mother is a conniving bitch, and she wouldn't share any of that money with me.
How would that go then? Like, if you're your mother and I'm you, right? and you're like, "Oh, I didn't win."
Oh,
didn't your mum?
Yeah, didn't win. But see, the thing is,
can I look?
Yeah, well, see, this is the tricky thing, because my mum is getting old, so either she read it wrong or she hates me. So,
and then you have to live the rest of your life wondering which it is.
Yeah, that's right. No, but I think the sweet relief would be me. I wouldn't say anything. And then wait until she works out that you have to go to Fairyland or something to do it.
Yeah. She takes it into a local news agent.
Yeah. Unless
laughed out of there.
Unless, or shortly afterwards, she takes a impromptu trip around the world trying to find Fairyland. Like, oh boy,
she spent almost $100,000 trying to claim this.
And she's like, "Don't worry, I'll get it all back as soon as I get there." No, because then we might both secretly know, because then I think, maybe she didn't read it right, but we can never both bring it up.
So you think maybe there would be a situation, maybe like a family wedding or something.
Yeah.
And you'd lock eyes across a room.
Yeah.
And she'd just give you a slight nod.
Yeah,
yeah, like, was that about the thing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
What a game. Look, I'm all for the small games between you and your mother.
Yeah.
But no pranks, Nelson.
No pranks. Well, we're serious. No pranks, mate.
Yeah.
I think if I did this to my mum, and she got really upset, I'd be like, well, I have to get $100,000 somehow. I don't know how. Could take me a while.
And if that doesn't work, you'd have to remove yourself from the
family. Yeah, that's right.
I'm no longer an Allingham. I'll just take the last name. I don't know, Smith. I'm now Nelson Smith.
Yeah. They can just take me out of all the family photos like I was never there.
Yeah.
But I think that would have to be the way.
Oh. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by The Edge.
Oh, from you too?
No, it's EJJ.
Ah.
The edge.
I ran out of anything to say.
That's good. That's good on a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. If Jeff Bezos, who has a mother,
Yeah, good.
if
Or had. Do you know if she's still alive?
I don't know. If Jeff Bezos died and
Yep.
left his fortune to whoever completed some sort of challenge,
Yep.
what challenge would be most appropriate?
Or deliveries.
Okay. All right. Just get a delivery done on time?
No, it would be like yeah. No, Amazon are pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
deliveries. It's DHL. Ugh.
No, like basically any other courier company.
Star Trek.
The
They're the
Star
worst.
Trek's bad. I hate Courier Please. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are some of the delivery services we hate.
Yes.
Right in. What's
yeah.
your delivery service that you hate?
Australia Post is fine.
Yeah, they're
Amazon pretty good.
fine. Okay.
Anyway, it would have to be some kind of like enormous amount of packages in a very short amount of time.
yeah. Okay.
I think.
Right.
Like, because it is what they do. That's
Yeah.
what Amazon. Like, they started as a book thing. I know, but like,
yeah. Could be books. Could be delivering books.
but
Deliver
I
books
think-
to sick children.
I think if there's a function that most people exploit from Amazon, it's buying things and having them delivered
yeah.
fairly quickly. Because that is what I would say now they're most associated with.
Okay. Yeah.
And all their books just kind of they own Audible. So that's just kind of what
Yeah.
Amazon books ended up becoming, is just Audible.
Yeah. Okay. It's good on the Jeff Bezos sort of line of things.
Because
I think.
this seems like what is it? Ready Player One inspired. The guy that invented that video game dies, so you have to find these Easter eggs in this video game.
Yeah. Okay.
So like that fits that
It's
world.
on his path. Yeah. Okay.
And
That's pretty good.
Mhm.
I kind of just ignored the Jeff Bezos part of this.
Yeah.
And I thought, just then actually, I thought, what if the challenge also decreased the amount of money that you could potentially inherit?
As in, the better you do at the challenge, the less
Yes.
it decreases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on.
Think about this, Canberra.
Yeah.
In his will, he gets all his money and these possessions turned to hard cash.
Yep.
In $1 bills.
Yep.
And the person who eats the most $1 bills in a 24-hour period gets his inheritance. But anybody can enter. So you're kind of like, well, do I want to do this? Because how many $1 bills would the average person eat? I have to deduct that amount. No, he's got a lot of money. You know what? I'd
Yeah.
make it like $100 bills. So it's like a pretty decent amount of money. You're like, how many people can enter? Anyone can enter. And so you have to weigh up how much money is going to be eaten and therefore not used versus what you might be left with.
This is a slight tangent, and we'll get back to this.
Okay.
I guarantee you. But have I ever... I feel like maybe I have, because I've said some weird nonsense on this show.
Yeah.
My plan for making sure that I'm visited after I die.
Oh.
And I'm talking like visited face to face.
I can't remember specifically.
Well,
but
I
go
want to
for
get buried with a buttload of cash all
Okay.
around me in my coffin.
it. Yeah.
Because then I know grave robbers are coming.
Okay.
And it'll be publicly known.
Okay,
People
right.
will be like, he was buried with like $25,000.
Yeah.
Just because I know that eventually someone's going to come open my coffin. One
Yeah.
last bit of attention.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
After I dead, someone's coming to visit me.
I like that
saying?
idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
And so it just reminded me that like the lengths people would go to just for money.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd ever told that, but that's my plan.
And like, how many people would turn? This is very
Because-
interesting
but
because it would happen that night, right? Like nobody's waiting any longer.
Oh no, I think it might be like a week or so, right? Because they'd probably like he was
Idiots.
buried with money. Let's keep a lookout.
I would be going that night, Cambo.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, but the
In
good
fact, I would probably be at your funeral.
yeah.
I would usher everybody into the lunchroom while we have the wake.
And they're like, Nelson just needs a minute.
Yeah. Or roughly 3 hours. I mean, it's pretty soft.
You come into the wake, you're all sweaty.
Yeah,
Where have you been?
dirt.
Grieving! Leave me alone. But here's the genius of my plan, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you did that, you wouldn't tell anyone you got the money.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
No, but like you wouldn't post it, to the world. Other grave robbers are becoming a long try.
Yeah.
I'm getting more visitors.
Oh, okay. I see.
Until word gets out properly,
Yeah.
I might get 2 or 3 other visitors.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the maybe the second grave robber puts up a little sign.
Yeah.
That's like, there's nothing here. I've already.
That'd be a
somebody's
real
already taken
dick
it.
move. If I die recently and one of our listeners tries this,
Yeah.
don't be a dick and put up a sign.
Don't.
I want other people to come. Visit.
Yeah. It's his dying wish.
Don't make if it gets to this point, I'll make it a show rule: no signs.
No, okay, all right.
But so we're not at that point yet.
Yeah.
Because once it becomes a show rule, it's written in stone and it never goes away.
Can't undo that.
No. Anyway, what's your thing? Eating money?
Eating money. And
that's
also,
much more sensible.
think about the health implications. Money is very dirty. It's one of the most dirtiest things that we handle day to day, especially American paper money.
Yeah, so
absorbs a lot more.
Because you're right. I was the idea that it was coming like from the press. Like I imagine that if Jeff Bezos clears accounts, they'd be like, "Here is from the."
Well, maybe.
But
I think
no.
You do
I
it
like the idea that if you really want it, it's it's money in circulation, baby.
I think maybe you do $1,000 bundles, new and old. You get a bit of a break. You're like, oh, I've eaten $900. If I could just eat this $100 more, I can go back to the good stuff.
And it's good that this is American currency. Because I would say this Australian currency, almost inedible.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like this some super advanced plastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently,
I don't
our
know if
money
it's
is
super
like
advanced. Maybe.
Apparently, it's quite world leading.
No, okay.
Because you can't scrunch it.
Yeah.
You can't really tear it. It's got a lot of there's little windows in it that makes it very, very, very hard to counterfeit. It's got a lot of little holographic badges and stuff. We've got some super futuristic money.
Yeah.
But American money.
Internet, shithouse. But money, can't counterfeit that.
Yeah. But we can't use our future money for good internet. So,
so annoying.
What's the point? We also, if you fold a $5 note correctly, it looks like a whale sucking your dick, which is pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's a fun thing about our money.
Yes, that's true. I thought it was just. I thought you could just make it look like a penis. I didn't know the whale thing about it.
I'll show you later. I don't want to explain it on this show.
There's so much more I have to learn.
Yeah, American money is edible because it is. I mean, not just printer paper or anything, but it's paper.
Yeah. It's more edible than our money.
Yeah, for sure. Which, to be fair, apart from the value to the world, which it already has over us, it also has edibility over Australian money.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just another win for the US economy.
A currency with chocolate.
There's chocolate coins already, Nelson.
Yeah, but it has no value.
Oh, right.
Mine is going to be serious. I'm going to buy an island.
Well, you know what we should do? Because everyone can create a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
But ours can be it's a cryptocurrency, but it has also a physical version, but that is chocolate.
Yeah, it's chocolate.
And if it melts, sorry.
Too bad. Should have kept it in the freezer.
Well, imagine you get up drunk one night.
Oh, what's in the...
You accidentally eat $7,000 worth of your cryptocurrency.
People would get on board that for sure. If we got enough publicity, people would buy that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our next thing. Don't steal that idea. That's another show rule that we haven't brought up in a while.
Yeah.
Can't steal their ideas.
The idea of show rules in general, I feel like haven't been mentioned in a while. So if you're a new listener, there is a strict set of show rules. No one knows them all except Nelson and I.
Yeah.
And if someone breaches one, we let them know.
Yeah,
But they're the most important ones that don't fact check us.
Can't fact check us.
Yeah. Even if we're wrong, we know we're wrong a lot of the time. But we like our ignorant bubble.
Yeah.
And don't steal our ideas.
Yes. We had a bunch more.
Yeah.
No pranks? Are we putting that one in stone? No, not yet.
No. That's just we're a no prank show.
We're a no prank show.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not a show rule. But the chisel is ready for no signs.
Yeah.
If people make me do it.
Oh boy. Okay, here's another one for you.
Okay.
This is by This is by Shrimp Walrus. Would you date yourself? Why or why not?
I feel like I kind of am. You've met my girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but also no.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
There's many things about me she would change.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, she's into games and stuff.
Yeah.
She cooks and stuff. Like, you don't cook.
Yeah. She also quite likes reality TV, which we differ on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So,
but like broad strokes, our general interests are very, very similar, and personality-wise, we're very similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
mean, I think that's
would
just
date
an
me?
ideal partner.
Nah, I get sick of me already.
Yeah.
If I doubled that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Just look in the mirror like, ugh, you again.
Because, people who listen to the show a fair bit know that I don't listen to this show.
Yeah.
And that's because I don't like me. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, what am I talking about?
No,
Why did I just go on about burying myself with $20,000?
Well, yeah, I mean, so the opposite of that is I do listen back to our episode every week, which thankfully I do because, actually, no, this week I was told by Abigail and by Cousin Rowan that our episode just cut off. And so I don't know what happened there. So apologies for anybody that might have.
How far into it cut off?
I didn't even tell you. Yeah. It was like
you didn't tell me.
It was like the last 20 minutes of the show just wasn't there.
Huh, and that was good stuff.
And then I looked at, and our exported file had the full version in it. So it's just like something with the upload. I don't know. But anywho, so that's normally why I listen back, is just to kind of make sure we haven't done anything too dumb. But as I'm listening back, I always think, what the F were we thinking about, like talking about? This is such a dumb thing that we've said, either totally factually incorrect, again, come fact check us, and or just like something that I've been very hot-headed and forceful about, that listening back to it, I'm like, I don't really believe in that, what I've just said. But
spitting this red hot rhetoric. So, but then I think people need to know this, because then we do that, right? We say these things, and I'm like, well, I was annoying the whole time. I'll never listen to that. And you're like, well, that was wrong, and I was annoying. And then we go, anyway, we'll subject everyone else to that, and we upload it to the internet.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway.
No, I wouldn't date me.
Yes, for the sake. Now that you bring up that, and I do listen back every week, and I'm like, no, I definitely can't. Who would date this idiot?
Because if you were dating you and had to listen back to the show, that's 3 Nelsons you have to put up with.
Yeah.
You're putting up with the weekly Nelson you're hearing back yourself and the person you're dating.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think the other thing would be? Is because I like my alone time, like being by myself, watching a bit of TV, playing games or something. Sometimes I just like to switch off. Yeah. If I was dating me, I'd be like, doesn't give me enough attention. What a jerk. I think that would get me enough, Like, does he really love me? Yeah. I don't think so. I'd be second guessing it every time. Anywho, Cambo, let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Bluest Waters. They said, today I learned a devout Mormon set out in 1955 on an archaeological expedition to prove the Book of Mormon's claims. After 15 years, instead, he found nearly every claim in the Book of Mormon was wrong, and the papyrus J. Smith claimed written by Abraham was actually just a page ripped out of the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
Well, I mean, it's not shocking, is it?
Yeah, I read this and I was like, what? What are you talking about? There's that whole thing. Oh, no, actually, I almost confused that with Scientology for a second. Similar sort of story, actually, because I'm pretty sure in the Book of Mormon, J. Smith loses
he does,
the page. So, and that's the same in Scientology. He, loses the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he loses the thing and then it's like a very convenient sort of thing that happens sometimes.
I've got a very loose understanding of Mormon, but this is what I believe it to be, is that he finds these stone tablets under a tree on his property.
Yeah.
And he says they're from God, and they decipher they decipher a whole New Testament to the Bible.
Yeah.
And he deciphers them, and he hands them out to his followers, and he gets a following.
Yeah.
And eventually, those pages are lost, and they say, "We've lost the pages that you decipher. You need to go decipher them again with your stones." And he's like, "Yep. Give me a minute." And he runs into the next room. No, I've embellished that, but
yeah.
And he comes back and he says that God was so angry that they had lost the pages that he changed them.
Right.
And these are the new ones.
See, I think, which is brilliant to the story.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's L. Ron Hubbard from
Oh,
Scientology.
have I got them mixed up?
I think you have part of it. The first part is the Mormon faith, which I think is why that's so brilliant, because they're so similar. Right. And I think so. L. Ron Hubbard ends up saying, "Oh, he wrote some new ones, and this is really what happened," or something. It's something like that. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure there's like text that he says that he gets from, but I think the Mormon one is where they said that Jesus, when he died, he went to America.
The days that he was dead, and he set up a new haven in Jackson County, I think, Missouri.
Something.
You know
like
what? Jackson. Yeah, it's in the Book of Mormon.
Yeah,
there's a song about it. And it goes,
yeah.
Jackson County, Missouri.
Yeah. That's right. I think. Now I'm getting confused between the two stories.
Yeah, but now, you're also making me doubt myself, because I thought I knew that, but now,
because maybe it is, but I'm pretty certain that L. Ron Hubbard one is also really similar. I remember them saying, like, took away.
Oh, do it again.
I think what happened was somebody took the pages from him, or like took the tomes or something. It was like, if you got this from God, then you have to, you should be able to do it word for word by him telling you again. And then he comes back with something like new and slightly different. But it's all a bit insane. And I've realized as we're talking, we're probably poor conversation, because we're only like,
we don't really
know.
But no, it doesn't shock me. I think if you looked at the claims of any major religion, they're probably going to come up.
Track that back.
And
anything.
The only thing that Scientology and Mormonism, that's not. Is it the word? Anyway,
do you say
the Mormons,
have
against them is that they're so current.
Yeah.
There is records kept of that time.
Yeah.
Whereas, you go 2019 years ago when presumably Jesus was about.
Yeah.
It's not solid records necessarily. So it's harder to disprove.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we should start a religion, is what you're saying. I'm reading between the lines here. That was even longer ago, just ages ago. Can't get that back.
And the sign to show that you're part of our religion.
Yeah.
If you see someone that you think is part of our religion, punch them in the back of the head.
Okay.
Say, listen to Reddit on Reddit.
Yeah.
And if they don't show you a phone where they're subscribed,
punch them again. So when I read this, actually, I thought, I'm expecting perhaps some other religions to point out that maybe their religion is more spot on, that like, oh, well, we've got proof of like Noah's Ark, because some people say that
they found it. Yes.
Yeah,
I remember those articles from like the late 90s. They're like, we've found Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
it should be as big as a city.
Yeah. Well, there was something like
it was just a big boat under the sand.
What do you call the big crack in the world?
The big crack.
The Grand Canyon. Okay. Is that
big
not a
crack in the world?
Is that not a big crack in the world?
No, it's a canyon.
Yeah, it's a crack in the world. Okay. Look at it from really high up. Looks like a crack. Okay. Anyway, they say that's from like the time where Jesus flooded the earth or something as well, or created some big crack. People have like said that. That's the proof of that.
People have said all kinds of nonsense.
Anyway, so I thought I'd check out the comments just to see if I saw anything like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't, but I saw this one from Cassandra Complex. And they wrote, I'm just going to point out that the site for your source is owned by the Institute for Religious Research, which is a Christian apologist organization. The site states, we desire to promote, in a thoughtful and gracious manner, the exclusive claims of Jesus Christ as Savior and Lord as revealed in the Bible. The executive director of the organization, Joel Grote, is obsessed with the idea of converting Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses to Christianity. He literally titled one of his videos, The Culture of Deception in Counterfeit Religion. She kind of goes on a little bit later, and then she says, actually, I forgot to copy this part of it, but in her edit, she wrote, like this is biased kind of writing, and while she's saying, what happened was true, this guy did find out that the Mormon, religion wasn't real because of these findings. She said, it's still kind of biased and you shouldn't really go in. And here's another report that you can have a look at that's less biased and it doesn't really have an agenda. It's just kind of reporting on the story. And she says, and then check out the original posters' comments, their profile, and sort by controversial, and you'll get an idea about who this person. And so this is Bluest Waters, who she's talking about, right? He's saying this guy or person there's something wrong with them.
Okay.
So what did I do? I went onto their profile.
Good. Investigating, I like it.
Yeah. Clicked on comments, controversial, and oh boy, Cambo. We do not like Blue Waters.
No, okay.
Cannot trust them as far as we could throw them.
No.
Let me read
it's
out.
Hard to throw water as well.
Let me read out something for you. And so when you click on comments, there's sort of sometimes no context. You kind of just see what their comments are.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start reading this one.
Yeah, please.
I hate Jim. Seriously, so smug, so condescending, and so self-congratulating in his little smug clique he has with Pam. The way... the way they use Dwight, the way they torment him, also they can feel better about their own overwhelmingly average lives. I don't understand why people like that guy so much.
Oh.
Dwight would be 1,000 times more interesting to have as a friend. So
that's the best thing you've ever read.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God! When the penny dropped.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
So Blue Waters. Can't trust him.
Come on, mate.
Don't look.
It's probably
who thinks that Jim is better? Is not
Dwight
better
is better than.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
This is a problem. Anywho,
he's probably like, also, I hate the English one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He probably does.
It's so sad and weird.
Yeah.
I can't understand anything anyone's saying.
I like that Gareth guy though. All right, Gambo. That's all I've got. Let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Black Coat Day.
Just quickly, do you think there's anyone, and I don't think we should even provide context, wondering what the hell that last bit was? Like someone, I'm saying like a very small minority of people like...
There's maybe like two or three, maybe.
Cool.
You know,
look it up.
You guys can stop listening. But yes, I hope at least a majority get that, because otherwise that's going to be a bit of
I think so
boring context. Anyway, this is by Black Coat Day. The porn industry is the only one where being an amateur is sometimes better than being a professional. Good point.
Yeah.
I also think
Yeah.
axe juggler. It's hilarious no matter what they do.
That's true. Can I just say, I don't like to accuse people of anything without proof, but some of these amateurs I suspect aren't amateurs at all.
Yeah.
And sometimes they pick these random women off the side of the street in a bus.
Yeah.
And I suspect that they had been paid prior to this already and it had been arranged. If I'm being honest with you, porn industry.
You make a very good point. I'm going to have to do some further investigating.
Yeah.
You know? Because it could be true.
Yep.
But how are we going to find out for sure?
Also, some of these MILFs, I doubt they have children.
That's true. And you know what?
They're 30 maximum.
Yeah. And I think stepbrother and sister probably aren't related. Just on some of them, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
there's obviously a genuine article out there somewhere.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just tell by the genetics that they're not.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Yeah.
Not quite the same, you know. Anywho, here's another one. This is by the Brotherhoods.
It's similar to what we talked about earlier with people not getting it. Do you think there's a small majority of people being like, what are they talking about? What are these
Everybody watches Pouring Campaign. I think that's just goes without saying. Okay.
But we said it.
We've said it. This is by the Brotherhoods. Smart TVs aren't smart until they increase volume when crunchy food is detected.
I mean, they're still smart. That just makes them smarter.
Smarter. The smartest, maybe.
Yeah, smartest TV.
Once you've got there, you can't go any further.
Because then you put a ceiling, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I think that's it. Isn't that the height? What more do you need from a TV?
But in the year 1900, someone once claimed that everything to be invented has been invented.
Yeah. Well, were they wrong?
Yeah.
Oh. I've been using 1900
In fact,
technology.
Let's use TV as an example. But, you know, that would be great. A crunchy food.
Yeah,
just it doesn't even increase volume, but at least it just like turns subs on maybe.
For
20 seconds or so.
Subtitles. Because sometimes, no matter how much you crank the TV when you're eating crunchy food, it doesn't help.
But also, like, if maybe I'm watching TV, but you're still asleep or something.
Yeah,
I don't want to increase volume and wake you, but I do want to hear what's going on.
That could be an option.
Yeah.
No, in fact, if it's smart enough, it'll know I'm asleep.
Then that's smartest TV.
That is the smartest TV. Can't think of anything smarter than that.
Maybe like it syncs our schedule.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to smarter technology, stuff like that, because I'm sick of making decisions, or having to do stuff. I felt like that was going to be more poignant until I said it out loud.
Falling apart.
Yeah, it's like, no, I just want to do less stuff. I want more stuff to happen automatically.
But for doing less stuff, do you want more credit?
Oh yeah.
If that's an option,
obviously, it's kind of like a even like autocorrect or something. Like I get the credit for the correct spelling of the word, but I haven't done anything to really deserve that.
But in this word that you want technology to be smarter and you to do less, do you want to look at your phone and it to be like, I get what you're going to send. Here's the message you wanted to send to Cambo. Do you want to send it? And you'll be like,
Yeah. Well, I think what happens is I look at my phone and it instantly opens up Candy Crush. I'm like, yeah.
You could probably set that in
somewhere. Yeah, probably. But it would just be nice to know that the phone gets me rather than me having to manually do something. Ugh, annoying. But I think that'd be good because I like to think about it for stuff that, and I know variations of this exist already. Yeah. Which is like what you're already interested in. And then it might show you links. Like, so if you're on YouTube or something, it says, hey, you've watched a lot of, like, Would I Lie to You? The TV show Would I Lie to You? So here's some other UK comedy shows or something like that. Yeah. But I think that can be nuanced. You know, that can get even better. Mm-hmm. Or if it got to the point where, like, my phone just downloads an app while I'm asleep. It's like, hey, you will... You would definitely like this one. I know you very well, buddy. Yeah. You will like this one.
Have we talked about the...
It's Pornhub, the app.
Yeah. Have we talked about...
Jokes, I forgot that one.
Have we talked about the the browser add-on StumbleUpon. I think we have before.
Yeah.
What I like about StumbleUpon is it kind of learns you as you tell it what you do and don't like, and eventually it keeps giving you gold.
Yeah,
because it's like, he wants Pornhub.
Yeah, but see,
every time he wants Pornhub,
But see, again, I have to tell it that that's what I like.
Right.
Okay. I want the phone or whatever technology this is to just know. Okay. I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah, okay.
Can be.
Just be smarter.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's not
hey,
a-
phone, be smarter.
Be smarter. Siri, be smarter. No. Okay, here's another one.
Okay.
This is by I put this one in for you, Cambo.
Okay.
This should be really in the subreddit Crazy Ideas, but this is by Reddit 13. A glory hole, but for petting dogs.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
You want to be able to see the dog, don't
Well,
you?
part of the fun
And
of
you want to
petting
do
dogs.
2 hands.
Well, yeah. But
You're a two-handed patter.
Yeah, because you rub under the chin, you pat on the head, of course.
Yeah.
But part of the joy of patting a dog is seeing it be so happy that it's being patted.
Okay.
Where otherwise you could just get a blanket that has like fur
Yeah.
and rub that.
Yeah.
Like the joy isn't touching the dog; it's seeing the dog be happy.
Okay.
So
what if there's just videos in the room of happy dogs? But they're not the one you're patting. They're just other dogs that are happy.
it would be better.
Yeah.
But this would work. Glory hole for patting dogs, but there is a little peephole option. You can kind of peep one eye up to the peephole and see maybe you see the tail wagging or something like that. You're like, all right.
Yeah, he's enjoying this. It's creepy the more I think about it, actually.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Here's another one. This is by Imped for now. I'm Ped for now. Anyway, knowing that you don't have to get out of bed is more satisfying than remaining asleep.
Well, I find that my body clock is tuned to to such a way that I wake up no matter what roughly the same time.
Yeah,
even if I don't need to.
Mm.
And so take Saturday, for instance. Cause I wake up pretty early. I woke up still pretty early, and I knew I didn't need to be anywhere, but I'm like, I'm up, and I don't need to be anywhere for a certain amount of time to midday. So my morning can be really productive.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then it wasn't because I just
right.
stayed in bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But-
no. See, I think I much prefer that.
Yeah,
If
that's what I'm saying. It's actually better to be like, I'm awake and still in bed.
Yeah.
That's the sleeping is great, sure, but the
Yeah.
fun is to be like, I should be out of bed,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Such a sneaky boy. Yeah, I like that feeling because I'm sort of the same. It depends at what time I go to sleep the night before, but I think generally I kind of wake up at a certain time, and and if it's like a day I have off, like I have tomorrow off, I'll probably wake up and be like, can just stay in here. What's anybody gonna do?
Yeah.
The problem is though, when it's like if you wake up and then you don't do anything, you just lie around in bed for half the day, totally fine. But if you wake up halfway through the day, you're like, oh, I've wasted my whole day.
That's so true.
And
because you didn't get to flick on your phone through some social
that's
media
right.
app for 3 hours.
watch YouTube clips.
Yeah.
The other day I was in bed and I was watching I just got onto weird YouTube clips and I found one that was people celebrating too early. Can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah,
it was
I'll
just
check it
such an easy one to watch, and it's funny every time. You're like, because you know it's coming. You know it's coming for like a good 10, 15 seconds. You're like, oh, look at this smug guy. Oh my god, it's the motorcycle rider that's doing a wheelie before he crosses the finish line, or just some guy. Some of them are like funny though, where there's these people running a marathon and they just missed the turn. It was like, that was kind of funny. But yeah, it's very satisfying.
That's great. It's a good little recommendation.
Yeah, maybe I'll put it on social media or something just so people can have a look themselves.
Yeah.
Should that be it? I do have one. No, let's move on to podnapping.
Oh my God! I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is podnapping, where we nap a pod. It's where we take a topic of conversation or a segment from another podcast, and we do it on our show, and we make it better.
Yep. This week is my week.
Your week.
And I have podnapped a show, actually some friends of ours
Oh.
on the show. I'm podnapping Welcome to Patchwork.
Oh, okay.
And this is a topic of conversation.
All right,
As anyone
okay.
that listens to the show knows, the show is basically topics of conversation.
Yeah.
Someone presents a topic of conversation and they kind of they
okay,
discuss
that's-
it's like social etiquettes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was one that came up. I've been catching up on them. So this was from the last episode of their latest season, though not their retrospective ones.
Right.
If that makes sense. It's a great show, by the way. You should
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah.
That show started roughly the same time as us, right?
Yeah. No, I think we were out quite a bit before that.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, we started kind of similar, and one
Yeah.
of the shows, and I won't give away which,
yeah.
has become pretty successful.
It's done pretty well.
Yeah. One of them is on a big network
Mm.
owned by one of the biggest radio stations in the country.
Yeah.
And won't give away which one's which.
One of them edits.
Anyway, that can't possibly be it.
Yeah.
This was something that I think that you and I kind of have opinions. We've kind of almost talked about things like this before.
Okay.
But the topic was, do you have anything in your house or even at your parents' house that you know is useless, but you just can't throw away?
Okay.
And the reason because when it came up, I instantly thought of one, which
Yep.
is, we've got a storage cage, most of which is my stuff that I could probably just get rid of.
Yeah.
But there is one particular box in that storage cage full of nothing in particular, just old stuff that I think has followed me at least 3 houses.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know me, I'm not one to really hold on to stuff. I do
Yeah.
chuck a lot of stuff away.
Yeah.
But weirdly, this one box of random things,
Yeah.
it just, there's like old DV tapes in there.
Yeah.
From high school.
Yeah, right.
I don't need them.
Yeah. That's true.
And I don't mean this as a rude assumption about your family, but your family strike me as people that maybe hold on to things with sentimental value. My mum's a fiend for this.
My mum would.
If you
I don't think. Actually, no. Funnily enough, today I learnt my sister has a lot of cards, like birthday cards and stuff, which we've spoken about before on the show.
Yeah, everyone knows our feelings on cards.
But finally, I literally only learned this today. But if I hadn't learned that today, I would say that my mum is the only one in my family that holds on to that sort of stuff. Even then, not really. Like my auntie's bad one for it. She has me and my siblings used to like modeling. We used to be in like catalogs and stuff, and just like small things. And my auntie has like cut out every single thing that we've ever been in, and has just like
Does she have a logo from this podcast?
prob's not.
But that's a pretty big part of your life now.
Yeah,
We've done over 130 episodes.
Yeah.
Does she listen?
Nah.
Go punch her in the back of the head.
Her son does.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh.
we'll keep the mystery alive.
Okay.
Well, I'll accept that.
Okay. Yeah.
So then, because my mum is a real fiend for this,
Okay.
to the point where if you went to my mum's house, she has these like little shrines set up, and you would
Right.
think I'm dead.
Okay.
Like it has like a picture of me, and then like my old childhood teddy bear, and like a drawing I did in school. Like it looks
Okay.
like I've died.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least you know that. I mean, do you think it will get any bigger after you do die, or do you think that's going to be
Well, she'll be ready. She doesn't
Yeah.
need to. She's like,
yeah?
I got this sorted.
Just chuck a small candle next to it.
Yeah. She probably has them ready.
Yeah.
Got them in the drawer below.
Yeah.
Ah, I knew it.
She
light it up, put it on the thing.
She bought them a few years ago at a sale. She's busting to get them out.
Speaking of candles, okay, so I'm going to get in trouble for this. My girlfriend's family, they love to
All
keep stuff.
candles are worse.
They love to keep
Okay,
stuff as
yeah.
well. And I think I brought up a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They still had, I think it was 21 candles, like the number 21 to put on a birthday when someone turns 21.
Right, yeah.
And my girlfriend and her sister both older than that.
Yeah.
Parents obviously older than that. That they're the only ones in that immediate family.
Okay.
And I said, do you need to keep this candle?
Yeah.
No one's turning 21.
Yeah.
But they do have younger cousins that
Yeah.
are like 8 and 9 or
Okay.
around that age.
They'll get there.
That would be like, well, give it some time.
Well, when they turn 12, you could also do that. Or is it just...
because the two would be
sorry.
backwards.
I
Yeah,
thought-
no, it's joint together.
I thought they were separate. And the
No,
only
no.
reason why I thought that is because that's what my
Yeah.
family...
I get that.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I'm saying don't hang on to a candle.
You know
for
what,
like-
then? That's insane in the first place, just buying it.
yeah.
Buying it in the first place, totally insane.
Yeah.
You do not need numbers separately. Fine. My family did that, and then we just bought extra numbers. Now we've probably got everything, and you can match it to whatever birthday.
That's fine. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Because you're using the 2 and 1 constantly.
Yeah.
Hey, you're 32. All right, use the 2 again. Hey, you're
That's
you're
such
41. Use the 1. Yeah.
not that I know there's a shortage, but that's such a waste of wax.
That could have gone to one of those horrible Madame Tussauds figures.
Yeah, not
It
anymore.
always looks-
Somebody's not going to have a nose. That's totally insane.
Yeah.
Throw that out now. If you're listening, Stacey, I know you are. Throw it out.
Yeah. She won't.
She won't. But why? It's not probably an expensive item either. It surely doesn't hold that much sentimental value.
Yeah.
And where was it?
It's in a tub of
No,
other candles.
even worse. Even worse. You either don't have it at all, throw it out, or you glorify it to a weird extent. Like you put some glue on the back of that bad boy, you put it as part of a collage, my 21st collage.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
I think, okay, in fairness, let's say this. One day we need to give Stacey the opportunity to come on and defend herself against all of these claims we make against her.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I feel like we always paint her in a bad picture, and she is.
Yeah. Well, she's the worst.
She's not the way we present her at all. She's the best. I love her. But yeah. So Stacey, if you want, feel free to come on and defend yourself about some of the accusations over the last year and a half that we've made about you. Anyway, that was Welcome to Patchwork.
Welcome to Patchwork.
That's exactly what that show was like.
Wait. You didn't really answer the question yourself. Like, is
Right.
this that
Oh,
thing,
my
like,
box that I have in the store.
box
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that is that it? You never have because that. But like, okay, but why do you keep that?
I don't know.
Okay,
Is the
you don't
thing.
know.
It escapes me.
Yeah.
And even like I did a kind of a clear out a couple months ago, and I
Yeah.
picked it up, and I'm like, no, not today. And I just
Yeah.
put it back down, even though
Okay.
I was like, what am I using in here?
Yeah.
It's like I think it's got like an old hard drive that I obviously haven't used in 4 years.
Yeah.
So nothing on it is important.
Yeah. I actually remember not that long ago, I had a folder that was full of all these like awards from school
Yeah,
that
chuck
I
'em.
had.
Get rid of them. No use to you. What are they doing?
Yeah,
now?
well, because I was like, oh, this is nostalgic.
Yeah.
Sort of, and I was like, they were obviously important to me at one time, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. And so I thought about not throwing them, and I was like, nah, screw that. I literally don't need these.
No.
I'm never going to look back on this.
You're not going to put it on a resume.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you do, they're not going to be like, well, prove this.
Yeah, that guy. Well, like, and it's not like a photo or anything either. Although I think I've thrown out photos before as well. But
Photos I get at least a little bit more.
yeah. I have one thing that's sentimental that I still keep. I have a letter that I received from John Marsden, the author.
Okay.
And I've kept that. Actually, I think there was 2 that I've kept of his.
Yep.
Which is sort of something that I'd put in the category like I don't need.
Yeah.
It holds like a bit of sentimental value, but it's like
Yeah,
but I vaguely know
Tell you
what they
what.
say, and it's also about a letter that there's kind of like a way different time in my life, so it's just like it has no context anymore.
Tell you what, Nelson. type them out onto like a Google Doc,
yeah.
and then shred them.
Yeah,
shred the real ones.
Well,
You
I
don't need
can
them
at
anymore.
least scan it, I
Yeah.
guess.
No,
I can
I
even-
get maybe you could. If you had an office one day, pop it in a frame, put it on the wall in the office. Like it seems like a nice little thing to be like, oh, that was
Yeah.
from when I was a kid, and an author wrote to me. You know, like
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing
maybe.
I think is fine to be a little sentimental about.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like, what do they say? First of all, so like, hey Nelson, thanks for the purchase of my latest book.
I remember. No. I sent him a letter, and I just talked about me and my life,
Oh, rude.
and and I also sent him some poetry.
Hey James, you'll love this. This is what I've been up to lately.
yeah. And so he just kind of commented on my comments about my life. And then also about my poetry. He's an English teacher, and he even says in one point of it, like, I hate to be an English teacher, but you could do with some grammar on your
Resubmit
poetry.
again.
yeah, that's right. I've so far given you a C. You can upgrade this to a B+.
Your deadline is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. But that's probably the only sentimental thing that I think
That's
I
not too
really
bad. But yeah, you don't really have too much.
have. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You've got sneakers you've had for 8 years.
That's practicality more than anything.
Yeah, getting
they
new
still
ones.
serve a purpose.
Getting new ones.
Until they
They're
break.
They're old and rank.
Until they break, I will not be getting new ones.
Do you know what?
I was thinking about that the other day as I was putting them on my feet, because you and your girlfriend were like, do you need to get new sneakers? And I was like, but I don't, because they work.
And here's
They're
the
shoes.
Here's the sweet irony.
Yeah.
Is today at the gym,
Yeah.
looked down at my shoe and realized that there's a bit of a tear in the side of it. And I was like, God damn it. Nelson's had his for 8 years. And these are like a year old and they're ruined. And I kept lecturing him about getting new sneakers.
Yes. Well, shouldn't buy newer sneakers, I guess.
That's the lesson to take away.
Yep.
Except for me, who needs to. 'cause
Yeah.
mine are.
You need to. How badly are they ripped though? I
No,
bet you they're fine.
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay.
But it was just the idea that they're starting to deteriorate.
okay.
They won't last 8 years. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. All right. That's it for Podnapping. Now we can get into Ask Me Anything.
Yep.
Where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
You sure can. I've got one here from cousin Rowan.
Mm.
He says, gentlemen, in relation to your burial preference discussion, I always thought it best to be cremated and put in an air conditioning unit in a newborn baby ward. That way, your atoms can get back into the living world a lot sooner. Rowan,
That's smart thinking.
that's the worst thing you've ever said.
I can do you one better on. Get cremated. Put the ashes into a smoothie. Feed it to a pregnant woman.
Jesus. No, because
Oh yeah, up that, Cambo.
then he has to wait a couple more months to get back in the world of living. This is about practicality, about getting back in there. But here's the thing. If your ashes go into a baby and that baby chokes and unfortunately dies, you've murdered a baby.
But then just cremate that baby and put that baby in air conditioner.
Yeah. Like you're
It's such
you're a little deluded, but you're still getting back out there.
I think it makes sense.
Anyway, despite what you've said, I will continue, Rowan. I've been listening to you guys at 1.3 speed. He doesn't even want to listen to more.
It's intelligent. That's smart thinking.
which I figure compensates for your lack of editing. Well, fair enough. It made me think of the limitless idea. AMA 83.0. If there was a brain-based performance-enhancing drug that was legal, proven safe, and could improve your mental capacity by 50%, would you take it? Cheers, cousinrowan.com.au.
He's done it there.
Yeah. You need to add a https://www.
You forgot the colon.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy. So, right. A mental capacity. Oh, do you know what I'd be worried about? Because, like, initially I'm like, yep, give me that drug. I want to improve my brain capacity.
Yeah.
But I already think that I think too much in my head at the moment. Like, if it's just going to increase the amount of thoughts that run through my
I don't
head,
think that's how that works.
it might be, I think, like a side effect of that, though. it's not because obviously it's saying that it makes you more intelligent, but then maybe you just inherently are, you're just a bit more wide. You're just a bit more, I don't know, constantly thinking a bit more. Because like instead of being able to watch the TV, I might be thinking about how the electrical signals are coming into the TV or something. Or like I learn more, so I start thinking about
I don't think that's how intelligence works, though. It doesn't mean that like you start thinking double.
That is not true, and I will prove it right now.
Okay.
With you, Cambo.
Sure.
And not necessarily, maybe not intelligent, but like knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch a movie now, you sometimes think about the shots that they do and stuff as well, don't you? And you've even spoken to me before about like, oh, this is a Pope in the pool scene.
You're right.
Or a save the cat moment, And so it's like, even though you're watching the same thing as everybody else, you have this little thing in the back of your head that's pointing out the things that you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering whether you just start doing that for more things.
Okay.
If that happens.
I mean, possibly. So, yeah, I was just confused by your example.
Yeah.
Because, like, you would know how everything works going into the TV, presumably.
Yeah,
So you wouldn't have to keep thinking about it while you were doing something else. But, okay, I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Like you think on two levels at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Because I think that could be a bit annoying. Because I think before I knew you, I was more satisfied with watching films.
I'm sorry.
In fact, more so when there was a bad film. I think before I became friends with you, no film was ever a bad film. All films were just like good or better.
Yeah.
But then you taught me about things that films do poorly or, stuff. And now I watch a bad film, I'm like, oh, they've done this. Or, oh, I can't believe they used this angle.
I sound like a real killjoy.
Yeah, you are.
To the point, I recorded a podcast with our friend Eden that will be released later on about Indiana Jones, and a direct quote that came from him was, "You're ruining Indiana Jones for me." Which is not a sentence you want to make people say. and I felt bad that had come out, but that's just the kind of killjoy I am.
Yeah, that's Cambo in a nutshell.
I think I would, because if I was smart enough and I didn't like it, I'd know how to reverse it.
Oh.
He didn't say irreversible, Rowan. You've left us a loophole, and haven't we found it?
You know we love a loophole, okay? Always going to find it. Oh, yeah, in that case, I'd do it as well. Yeah. And then
you may be cousinrowan.com.au, but we're the bomb.edu.
.edu. So,
intelligent edu.
But yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, thanks.
Just reverse. Anyway, thank you, Rowan, for writing in.
Yeah.
I have another one. It's by Abigail.
Okay.
And she said,
she's still alive. That's good. That's good to know.
She said, "Hello, gentlemen."
Hey!
She's got it. Done it right. I hope all is well.
Capital G on the gentleman, Abigail.
A real killjoy, Cam.
Also, Abigail, Looper's not a good film and people think it is. Go on. I just wanted to...
you throw that in there as well. Okay.
I just want to be a killjoy.
What did you say, Looper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
Time Cop was better.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway.
All I'm saying is, kill them in the future, put their body in the time machine, send their dead body back. Less chance of a mistake.
Well, why?
They send the body back and then they get shot in the past.
Yeah.
But they put him into like this big cauldron time machine. Put him in the cauldron time machine, shoot him, send the body back.
I can't remember the movie well
enough. The point is, it's a dumb movie.
Hello, gentlemen. I hope all is well and this past week has been good for you.
It has.
I couldn't think of a question to ask, so this one is kind of lame. Can I just say, totally fine with any questions anybody sends in. Have you listened to some of the shit we talk about? Quality is not a factor in this show at all.
There's no bad questions.
No bad questions.
Just be like, what socks are you wearing?
What?
Green and black stripy.
I got white and... Oh, I got sort of two different coloured blue...
Nelson's wearing odd socks.
Odd socks. Anyway.
That wasn't a question.
What's the worst nightmare you have ever had?
Okay.
I'll do the rest of this email after you've
Okay, sure.
answered this question.
I'm going to pivot my answer slightly
Okay.
to say I came home from work on Thursday feeling very sick.
Oh.
And I ended up on our couch wearing like track pants and a hoodie and a jacket wrapped in a blanket, shivering.
Oh.
And I got so sick that I started getting delusional.
Oh.
And I was like lapsing in and out of consciousness, being really delusional.
Yeah.
And two things kept coming
Where
across
was
my
I Thursday night? Was I here? I feel like I was here.
I don't know. Anyway,
You were delusional. You didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, you might have been. You might have been sitting on the couch with me. But two things kept crossing my mind and making me really concerned.
Yeah.
One of them was Thanos.
Okay. Wow. It's a serious.
Because I was just like, but how do you stop him? And here's the thing. I didn't realize that what I was thinking was irrational and crazy until the next morning.
Yeah.
In the cold light of day, when I was like, man, what was I? That were weird things I was thinking.
Yeah.
And the other one was there's a young singer, a young artist called Billie Eilish.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a 17-year-old girl.
Right.
And she's become like mega famous. Like
I
millions
think
of followers. Her
I've
music
maybe-
videos have like 250 million views each and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember just, and I don't even listen to her music. Just by the way, like
Yeah.
I heard one of her songs for the first time about a week ago,
Yeah. Okay.
and I remember just thinking, there's so much pressure on her. She's so young,
like-
and there's so much pressure on her. And I was freaking
I'm
out.
liking the image of you shivering in
on the
your
couch.
bed, covered in blankets,
Yeah.
and just going,
Fuck
"Oh,
it.
fuck it. I should do something about this."
I'll write to her. I'll
Yeah.
tell her it's okay.
So wake up in the morning, and there's like 100 letters that you've written. Everything she's okay. One of them talks about the impending doom of Thanos.
Billy, do you know how to stop him? Oh, maybe the beauty of your music.
Yeah, write him a nice song.
So that's not technically a nightmare, I aware, but it was a weird, trippy, emotional state that I was in. And you don't understand, I was very concerned and I
Yeah.
was getting emotional about both of these things.
Yeah.
It was so odd.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
My nightmare, this one that I always think about actually, which is when I was younger, I had a dream about just a guy kidnapping me. And I was pretty young at the time.
Yeah.
Like I would say less than 10. And I woke up in the morning and I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I think I was like telling my mum about this dream. And then my sister was like, I had the same dream.
What?
Yeah. And this like same man was in our cubby house at the back house, and he was like at the top of the steps.
Yeah.
And he was like wearing black clothes, like a black like coat or something, and
Nelson, I don't love where this is going.
now, well, that's like pretty much all I can remember, sort of thing. And I know that he was trying to kidnap me or something like that.
Do you have a repressed memory?
And oh my
and
God,
you thought it was a dream?
I do have a missing uncle.
And 2 weeks
used to
of my
call him-
life are unaccounted for.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it was just sort of funny. I remember we took like, and the thing is, we probably did. I mean, okay, we didn't have the same dream because I'm a logical human being. I know that hasn't happened, but I still just think it's funny because I remember we would be like, she would say a particular feature of his that was like the same in mine, and I was like, yeah, that was in mine too. And then I would say something like, I remember he wore a hat as well, like a wide brim kind of black hat.
Yeah.
And she was like, he wore a hat in mine too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is scary.
Yeah.
But like now logic has probably dictated that she said that, and I was like, yeah, I think he probably did. And
Well,
then I said that, and she was like, yeah, I think he probably did. You know?
I'm working under the theory that you and your sister were kidnapped for 2 weeks as
Yeah.
children have repressed it
Okay.
as a bad dream.
Yeah.
And your parents are like, yeah.
Yeah, just a
bad
bad dream.
dream.
Don't think
all,
about
all that
that.
psychology has led you to believe that it's just a dream.
Yeah. But yeah, that was always a freaky one. It just like I'm not good with remembering dreams,
Which
but
is
that
weird.
one I remember just more because of the freak out in the morning when we spoke
what's
to
weird
each other.
is
about it.
it became truly frightening after the dream.
Yeah,
ended.
that's right. Yeah, the
That's
nightmare
rare.
itself was actually. I remember another one.
Yeah.
Say where it was. There was a ghost haunting me, and this was a two-parter. I remember.
So your dream the next night was like previously on Nelson's dream.
Exactly. No, this is what happened. I was getting haunted by a ghost, and I kid you not, this is what happened. I told my dad, and I was like, I'm really scared of this ghost in my dream.
Yeah.
And my dad says, why don't you try and make friends with it? Right? And then I went to bed that night, and I shit you not, I had a dream, and it was kind of like this instant thing where I was like back in this scenario, and then I was like, I'm just going to be friends with it. And then it was friends, and I remember it like lit up city lights or something, and it was like showing me that it's friends with me.
Nelson,
It was super weird.
I had that dream.
Oh my god! Wait, what did the ghost look like?
Casper.
Oh my god, it was Casper.
Oh wait, I think we just watched the movie.
Oh, we
Casper.
watched the movie Casper. But yeah, I remember that was that.
Okay.
Like, that's two dreams that I remember.
So that's a
yeah.
nightmare that turned into just quite a pleasant dream.
Yeah. I've made a ghost buddy.
Yeah, make a movie about it.
I will. I'll call it Casper. Oh no, wait, it's Casper again. That's what I'm thinking about.
Call it Ghost Buddy,
Oh, okay.
but not Ghost Dad because that's got Bill Cosby.
yeah, that's right.
That becomes a lot creepier in modern context, doesn't it?
Yeah. Ooh. I will continue the rest of Abigail's email here.
Sure.
It says, thank you for caring about my sodium intake last week, by the way.
Well, you're welcome.
Have a good rest of your week, boys.
Oh, thank you.
She also sent in another email just afterwards, part 2. She said,
Like your dream.
part 2. Oh my God. I'm friends with Abigail now. Also, ever since I made my boy listen to your podcast, he got scared of ramen, and now we have fruits and veggies. P.S. He loved your podcast.
Oh, thank you.
So, I don't want to keep score here, Kemba.
Yeah.
But I'm taking that to mean I have saved 2 lives.
Well, I feel like I helped.
It was my story about my friend.
Well, yeah,
who
okay,
had
that's true. That's true.
So,
But can't we
2
put
to
that?
none.
Can't we put that on the
2 to none.
I say we put it on the Reddit scoreboard as 1
Well,
or 2 because we claim as many as we can. 2
Yeah,
people.
yeah, 2. But if you look at the breakdown, it's like you see that, and then if you click on the link, it goes to a breakdown.
Yeah.
And it has both our names.
Yeah, I'm fine with
And
that.
then there's 2 on the
I'm
B.
fine with that.
So you can sort of claim it,
Yeah.
and you just hope nobody clicks on the link.
Yeah. So like the broader stroke, someone can be like, that Reddit podcast saved 2 lives.
Yeah.
And if someone's like, can you give me more detail, please?
Yeah.
Then you're getting the credit.
Okay.
But I might be getting some of that residual credit.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
People don't deep dive.
This-
dive deeper.
This is like the Today I Learns, where I don't read the article.
Yeah.
Like, there could be so much more detail.
Yeah.
But who's going to read the article? So
Exactly.
I see where you're going. I see
Yeah.
where you're going. I like it.
I'm glad to know that the podcast I'm on has saved 2 lives.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. But Abigail, can I say, I genuinely, when I first read this, I smiled as I read it. I was like, I'm sort of really glad that you're like, it's not that ramen's bad. It's just don't have it all
Abigail,
the time.
I'm going to tell you a quick story about a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's eating a lot of vegetables. He went to the doctor.
No, Cambo, you're going to undo all the good we've done.
I know this podcast has killed 2 people.
That'd be the worst.
At least we're not minus though. We're just back to 0.
We're just, I guess it's better. No, but if you kill the people that you saved, surely that's a negative. Surely you get wiped off the 2.
Yeah, but then you go back to 0. You wipe off the 2.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Just
No,
in
no,
case
no.
we.
Keep them alive. Let's stay in the positive.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Or again, if you click on the breakdown, it's just a 0, but you click on the breakdown and you've got 2.
Yes.
Anywho, so thank you for writing in,
Yeah, thank you.
Rowan, and thank you for writing in, Abigail. We really appreciate it. We've actually had a few more people write in, but we just weren't able to get to it this week. So we'll do it next week. But if you would like to write into us, and we really like it when you do, Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us on Facebook, at Twitter, and our subreddit.
Ooh.
They are all READIT podcast. Would appreciate if you could like and subscribe. You don't
Yes,
really
yeah.
like, do you? I mean, I guess you can.
Yeah. Subscribe and rate, really.
Subscribe and rate.
And peek behind the curtain. That is actually what gets us in any kind of iTunes charts, is people rating and subscribing.
Yeah.
And we do it independently, obviously. So it actually really does mean a lot. People do it.
Yeah. And if you do, we'll give you a scratchy.
Yeah.
I've heard you might
Your
win.
luck's turning around.
So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.